racetrack.
What a throw. Broke the handle on that. Christine Garden. Wow. Wow, give her a hand. How many more we got? Okay, looks like we've concluded here. The first place winner we have Cindy Garber. Second place is Stephanie Haskell. And the third place is Susan Stant. One more time, Josh. Engine was built in 1896 and was a demonstrator. Traveled the World's Fair until 1901 for the Reason Company, in which time it was sold to out here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, where it spent its working life up until the 60s. Then it got shipped to Oklahoma for approximately 10 years. And then Roy Richwine, the owner of Williams Grove Speedway and Park, bought the engine back and it's been in the area ever since. Very good, Josh. Thanks for bringing it out for us. Last night, Josh put on a great spark show for us, and if anyone saw the Facebook page pictures of it, it looks like the fire is going up through the roof. Next, we have a brick here, built in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. That little thing hanging off the side of the smokestack, it looks like a cone or a little sock. Can actually be put around down into the stack and used as a spark arrestor to keep from setting things on fire. (1913), 8.5 by 10, owned by John Esch, 50 horsepower. Thank you very much. Next, we have a 75 horsepower case, owned by Rough and Tumble, with Nate operating today. It's a 1910 model. Josh, or Nate takes pride and very much good care of this machine for the club. Hey, you're squirting mud on me here. Thank you very much. He's also the man in charge of our steam games. You caught any of them last night. Did a good job. Next, we have a Westinghouse here, owned by Paul Stoltzfus. This has got to be a very rare and unique piece of equipment. I don't have very much knowledge on them, and there can't be too many of those around. We appreciate you having it out for us today. Next, coming down the sideline here, looks like we got a maybe quarter scale, third scale brick, owned by the King family on the other side of the hill here from us in Gordonsville. This is a family that does the casting work for us. They do castings for people all over the world. Unfortunately, these steam engine equipment that we operate when things break, we can't just go down to the local hardware store or somewhere around the corner and buy parts for them. We have to know somebody that can make them for you. And these folks have a pretty good inventory of patterns that they use, and they can make a lot of parts of these engines yet to keep them alive and going today. They also make stuff I know for gas engine guys too. They're very popular with them too. I believe he's got a driver in training there. But yeah, Lori. Next is the Scheidler engine. This is owned by Rough and Tumble. It's the oldest engine on the ground, 1886. This engine's been around here for a long time, 30 plus years. With a bad boiler, and a few years ago they made all kinds of efforts to raise money to restore it and have a new boiler made for it. It's 10 horsepower. It's one of two that they know of, and I believe the only one operating. Next we have Tom Miller here on a little Russell. Tom's engine traveled the farthest out of any of ours that come to the show this year, 400 plus miles. This is Tom's deal. Tom's been retired 3 times, he tells me. Once. Won 14 years ago. Tom's restored this engine from the ground up, I understand. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Tom?
This engine was built 5 miles from my house in 1891. Last ran in 1916. And Lyman Appalachian, the old days of the hobby, bought it in 1948 for parts. And it became a donor engine until I got it in 1989. It was only 70% there and extremely wore out broke.
Well, Tom, we really appreciate having you here and bringing your engine. It's a beautiful piece. Thank you very much. You saw Tom last night in the team games. He could do a figure 8 out here without having to back up and turn around. Next, we have Jonathan here on the Rough and Tumble Baker. Looks like he has some family along with him here. And he's raising the family to come along with him and take care of it too as well, I'm sure. Thank you, Jonathan. That's a 2390 Baker. Next we have another Baker based in Swanton, Ohio, a Uniflow 2175 Special, owned by Henry King, 1922. And also he's foiling a portable 8.5 by 10 brick, 50 horsepower, 1924 portable engine. That's what we had to do with them before they incorporated the gear drive and the steering to them. We had to move them by horses or mules, put them where we wanted to put them to take the power to the source. Next, we have a little Peerless R here that's owned by Bill Swales. It looks like Brent Knob's operating, and Peerless Pete's either riding or supervising. I'm not sure what Pete's doing up there. He's enjoying life today. That's a 1916. And the card says happy birthday. That engine has a birthday this year. The Swales family is out of Bath Valley, Pennsylvania. They're right next to the turnpike out there. Next we have a 1921 18 horsepower Huber from Marion. This is owned by Tim Engel. The 50 horsepower, 1913. That was Marion, Ohio. I didn't get it all out there. Thank you very much, Tim, for running that for us. Next we have a twin-cylinder Frick built in Waynesboro. I'm sure Wyatt's up there running this engine. I got to stop this fellow for a minute because I got to tell you all a quick story. I don't mean to hold up the parade, but I got to tell you a quick story. 11 years ago, this is owned by the Cumberland Valley Antique Engine Machinery Association in Jamesburg, Pennsylvania. 11 years ago, we had a weekend about like we had last weekend, and it was 110 degrees or 101 degrees at their show in the shade, and I was just breaking in my engine after a rebuild. This fellow walked along the engine for the longest time, and I finally stopped and said, I'd like to help up here and go for a ride. Well, it didn't take him much. He helped up one there, and as we rode around, he just asked me a couple questions. After he asked me a couple questions, the bug bit him, because we did a steam school at the club. He came to the steam school, he got very interested, started hanging out with us, and when this engine became available to be purchased, and we got it up and running, Alex became the operator and caretaker of this engine, has done an outstanding job, and it created a relationship between him and Steve and myself. And I want to say a big thank you to Alex and his family. Appreciate you coming. 55 horsepower case. I know Will's driving it for him. I believe his wife's along with him. And the newborn along too. The newborn's along, and I'm not sure of the other lady. Oh, mother-in-law, okay. You put her in the mother-in-law seat. That's a 1915 65 horsepower case. Jerry's out of Glen Rock, Pennsylvania. Next we have Ken Pat on a small Frick here. Ken also just recently went through a steam school and purchased this engine, I believe, up in Michigan. Brought it down to Pennsylvania. Got the engine taken care of. That will be certified here in the state, safe to run. This is a 7.5 by 9, 1917. And I believe this is the first that maybe Ken's been here, and the engine maybe. I think he's had a good time. Thank you for bringing it, Ken. We have another engine here from the King family over here in Gordonsville from Cattail Foundry. This is another Frick. You'll notice it has a jacket on it. That's what the blue thing is wrapped around the boiler with the brass bands. That's a jacket. The reason for that is to hold the heat into the boiler so you don't lose steam very quick, especially on a windy day. It's a 9.5 by 10, 1921. Thank you, fellas. And it looks like we're pulling this off. W Peerless, 1910. Next we have Andrea Biesecker, which is better known as Sparky around the grounds here. This is Butch's wife. She's driving a 13 horsepower Russell. This is a hard-working little machine here. If you caught her on the fan or the power heater over there, she got a quite the little bark. And she's one of quite a few women operators that we have here on the grounds this weekend. They're doing a good job. They're showing up the men. 1901 Russell, 13 horsepower, and they're out of Bear, Delaware. This is another Frick owned by Jerry Lukenball. 8.5 by 10. 50 horsepower Frick. This has a new boiler on it. If you look at this boiler fairly close, you'll see there's no riveting on it. It's an all-welded boiler. It's, I'm not sure how long Gary's had that on there, but probably about maybe 5-6 years now. We have another Frick coming through the line here. Another 8.5 by 10, 1916. This is owned by Ivan Zimmerman, 50 horsepower. It has a birthday this year as well. Thank you very much for bringing it out. Next, we have another Frick. This is owned by Davey Adams. Davey Adams is a groundskeeper around here. The other day, and I thought I was saying a bad word. Okay. Dave is the curator here, and he does take care of the grounds, keep things organized, and helps us out quite a bit. Thank you very much, Dave. Next we have this big Altman Taylor here. Colton's the owner and operator, I believe. Colton Gardner out of Paradise, 1910, 2575. Next we have a 1916 50 horsepower case owned by the Cap family. My son Joshua was driving it today. He's got his friend Garrett up there helping him drive, operate. This engine my mother and I purchased through a CD that my father had left behind after he had passed away. We restored it in 2004 and 5, and we've been operating and maintaining it since. Next we have Jimmy Floor on his Russell. Jimmy, you got it dirty. Your paint still looks better than mine now. Oh, that's right, you were down today. You got one more day to catch up to me. This is Jimmy Floor's 1920 2060 horsepower Russell. Jim and Tammy out of East Berlin, Pennsylvania. I believe this is Jim's first time here with the engine. I think he's had a good time, even though he's had a little bit of this and that. We thank you for bringing it out, Jim. Next, we have a little homemade model here. This was kind of Hoover's at one time, and it's turned over to Rough and Tumble. And we have Maynard operating today. And this, I know a little bit about this. It has upright boiler, and it has an Alice Chalmers WC rear end, and wheels on the back. Is there anything else we should tell Maynard? And it was also put together in the 50s by Elmer Adams and restored by Ivan Zimmerman in '06. Yeah, very good. We also use this engine in our steam school. Thank you very much, Maynard. Next, we have another little homemade model here. I'm going to let the grandkids tell you a little bit about this. I heard this engine went back up to New York and nobody knew what it was, so you had to bring it back to Pennsylvania for people to appreciate it. I don't know if that's true or not.
So this is a little homemade book by Neil Hofstetter out of New York. We called it New York.
Thank you very much. Next we have Jim on his 8x10 Frick, 1913. This is one of two engines that Jim owns. And he's got his water tender behind him. Looks like we're doing a good job, having a good week. Thank you very much, Jim. We appreciate you bringing everything out for us and having a good time. Next trick we have coming here is owned by Davey Bivens. Davey told me a story this week that, first of all, he was first here this. They bought this engine at a sawmill that was done with it in West Virginia, and he told me him and his dad, when they went to look at it, there was a jackrabbit underneath the firebox that ran out at him. This is Dave's first time here with an engine. I think he's had a good week. This is another Frick made in Waynesboro. This is also owned by the King family over in Gordonsville. 9x10, 1921. This device on the back that has the model display on it is actually a device used for going out and steaming tobacco beds. And these folks go all over, I guess in the spring and the beginning of summer, steaming tobacco beds. I've heard 20, 30, 40 miles away from home that they take that thing to do that. If you ever want to see somebody maneuver a steam engine, watch them guys back that thing up. They can back it through places that I can't even go forward. Well, holy smokes, here's Jerry Lucavall himself. This is the pride owner of the 5 engines that are here. That man has the most engines here at one time. 1913, 30 horse case. This might be the first show that Jerry had this to. We appreciate you bringing it out, Jerry. Next we have a small geyser engine here. This is owned by the Gary Craig. 1884, 10 horsepower, Model Q. He's out of Newton, Hamilton, Pennsylvania. And hopefully you folks were able to go up and see this engine. There's a lot of history behind this engine, and they have it well documented up there on their display. Also, they brought along their John Best portable. It's an 1883, also owned by Gary Craig. Thank you very much for bringing it out for us. Another Frick, 8.5x10, 1913, owned by Jonathan Reel. It looks like this might be our last steam engine coming through here next. This is the John Goodison engine. It was built up in Canada. Serena, Ontario, owned by Cliff Foster out of New York, and I believe it's Ben operating. And I forget your name, Deanna. They took her big engine away from her. She was running that huge geyser around here all week, and they took it away from her. No steam, she said. Thank you very much. I hope you folks enjoyed our show.
That was David Cap giving you the expertise on the steamers. Give him a hand. All right. First engine, we only this running on the first and he's got a 1924 Model T Ford. Ford made a lot of them things back in the day. Thanks for bringing it around. Now we're going to do the prairie tractors.